I know seeing our end may make us want to cry, but it's up to us where we direct our sights. Do we choose to look back to our past misfortunes, or do we choose to look forward toward new horizons?
We prevailed together as a class. We were dealt a bad hand and made the best with what we were given. We continue to put forth an effort to reach where we are today, as graduates of the class of 2020.
Think of who you are right now and recognize your bravery, intelligence, and kind-hearted souls.
Please welcome Miss Azalea Placentia to sing the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome Miss Sarai Davis to lead us in the flag salute.
Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Welcome, families, guests, dignitaries, and most importantly, graduates. I am Dr. Jennifer Tomasian, and I am so proud to serve as the principal of Paloma Valley High School. Joining me on stage, we have some honored guests. Our Board of Trustees members, Mr. Edward Garcia Jr., Mr. Anthony Stafford Sr., Dr. Randall Freeman, Mr. David Nellison, and Dr. Jose Luis Araux. Class of 2020. Last August, we gathered in the gym for the first of our senior class meetings. I stood in front of you and challenged you to have 0 non-grads. I told you I wanted each one of you to walk across the stage and shake my hand. I have made the same challenge to each class that has come through Paloma. I also told you that the class of 2019 came close, but ultimately fell short. As we stood together in the gym that day, I had so much hope for the class of 2020. In that moment, each one of you turned to the classmate next to you and said that you would help each other, that you would pick one another up when they needed it, and that you would celebrate your wins together as a class. I knew that if anyone could meet my challenge, it would be the class of 2020. The thing that has always struck me about your class was the way you cared for one another. A victory for one of you was a victory for all of you. I had faith that you would work together and rise to meet my challenge. Well, here we are, virtually. You were right when you say this isn't how it was supposed to be. This was not how your senior year was supposed to go. For a class who cares so deeply about one another, being alone was never the way it was supposed to be. This class, and more so this generation, will ultimately not be defined by the things you have lost, but by the things that you bring to our world. You were born in the shadow of September 11th. For many of our families and many of our communities, you were the first real moment of joy that we could let ourselves experience. You grew up in a world devastated by recession. And now, your senior year is cut short by the greatest disaster we have known in more than a century. But as I describe this, I am reminded of another generation, a generation born in hope following the Great War, a generation that came of age in a global depression and environmental disaster, a generation whose own high school and college experiences were cut short as they shipped out to fight in a world war. History would come to call them the greatest generation. And just like our class of 2020, they knew that there was a greater good in all they did. Their bravery, their innovation, their commitment to the common good would shape the world the rest of us would come to know for nearly a century. So, class of 2020, how will you shape this world? How will you use these experiences not to focus on what we each lost, but on how we can each gain from one another? How will you bring hope for those who follow you? How will you make this world better? Because that, more than anything else, is the point of high school. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Class of 2020, pursue your passion. Set this world on fire, and I, for one, look forward to the new world that you will create.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Bill Zimmerman. I am the mayor for the city of Menifee. And I just want to say how proud and impressed I am with you on this monumental milestone. On behalf of the City Council, we want to congratulate you on this excellent achievement, your high school graduation. Now, you've just proved to us all, and even more importantly, you've proved to yourself that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Now, you'll be receiving your diploma, and I want you to put it in a nice frame and hang it somewhere where you can see it and display it proudly. And every time you look at it, I want you to let that be a reminder of my words to you today and the praise that you're going to hear from your teachers, from the administration, from your parents and family members, and all of those who are commending you on this very special day. Now, some of you may be watching together with your families, your moms and dads. When you hear my words today to your student, your graduate, I'd like it if you'd affirm the things that I'm saying with them. Let them know that you agree. Let them know that you're proud of them, that you admire them, because they deserve our recognition. So this is kind of a new chapter in your life. And where are we today? This is a milestone. And think of it like when you read a good book and you get to the end of that first chapter and you think, wow, that was really good. And you want to read on. You want to turn the page and you want to see about the chapters that are ahead in this really great story. Are you ready to turn the page? This is a great opportunity for you to reinvent yourself. As you move to that next chapter, please know this. This is a perfect time for you to prepare for the things that are coming to you in the future years. And you can even reinvent yourself if you like. I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, my reputation was, well, maybe not so popular, and I wished to be something a little different. And so when I went off to college, I reinvented myself, and I kind of came out of my shell, and I'm really glad that I did. You can do that too. The beauty of this milestone is that you can be and you can do anything that you set your mind to do. Now, here's something that you'll always have, and that's the memories right here at your high school. You can look back, you can reflect on the experiences that you had here. There were fun times, there were challenges to overcome, there were opportunities to try new things. You'll probably even remember that first crush or a secret admirer, and yeah, even a heartbreak. Now, some of you discovered your interest in sciences and engineering. Some of you excelled in athletics. I know it was a banner year for CIF championships, and way to go. Many of you were introduced to the creative arts, things like theater and music and dance. This has been a perfect place for you to discover yourself, your interests, and those innate natural talents that all of you have. You'll get to carry these memories with you, your memories of high school. So in closing, graduates, if higher education or your career or life goals take you elsewhere, please remember Menifee is your hometown. It's a place where you are always welcome. So on behalf of everyone at City Hall, I want to tell you congratulations. Enjoy your celebration. You deserve it.
With a message to the class of 2020, please welcome Board Member David Nellison.
This school year has made us all rethink everything about life and education this year. You've all become expert quarantiners, impressive social distancers, and outstanding virtual learners. I'm sorry this speech could not be given to you in person. I really wanted to help hand out diplomas and shake hands with each and every graduate. Unfortunately, I'll have to settle for a virtual fist bump, bam, and the knowledge that most of you will be watching in your graduation cap and gown and your pajama bottoms. I was graciously given this opportunity to try to inspire you as you make a big transition from one part of your life to another. Now, I've never really been a great motivational speaker, but I'll give it my best shot. Now, there are two types of people in this world when it comes to attitude and thought process. The first of the types of people are the ones who sit and wait for opportunities to come to them so that they can simply take them. They wait forever for something magical to fall into their laps, and yet it never seems to come to pass. And they end up in some job that they had no intention of taking, doing some menial task that they had no desire to do at all. All because they were not willing to be bold. Now, the second type of people are the ones who find a way to create opportunities for themselves. These are the ones who make their own luck. These are the people who are the Fortune 500 CEOs. These types of people are the ones who live the lives that they envision themselves living. Now, the difference between the two sets of people comes down to the concept of fear. And with everything that has happened in the past few months, there can be much to fear out there in the world. But our 32nd President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, in his first inaugural address stated, "Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. And those who do not let the fear of denial, rejection, or failure rule their lives are the ones who turn out to be successful. And success is often a result of not being afraid to accomplish anything that you want to do, because anything is possible." Now, many people will say that successful people have success because they were lucky, or they are a product of good circumstance. And that may be true in some circumstances, but I am here to tell you that you are your own driving engine and you are your own brake. And this means that you are the only one who can determine your own fate. History is full of examples of people who started with practically nothing, but through determination, hard work, and fearlessness, they built their brands. Just a few of these examples would include Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, the founders of Microsoft, J.K. Rowling, Ralph Lauren, Walt Disney, Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks. These people were willing to put it all on the line for something that they believed in and for which they were passionate. Now, I'm not saying that you will not have obstacles to overcome. No matter how passionate you are about something or how much you work for something, there will always be dream killers. There will always be someone to say that you cannot do it or that cannot be done. And the only one who can prove them right or wrong is you. The only one holding you back is yourself. Any walls that stand in your way, you'll just have to ask yourselves, do I want to get past the wall or am I going to let it stop me? These walls exist for one reason and one reason only, to help prove who you really are and how much you want something. Now remember that nothing great that was built by human hands was magically produced overnight. It's the result of getting past brick wall after brick wall, and it takes hard work. It takes determination and perseverance. Now you can always point a finger at someone else or something else and explain why you did not succeed. People always tend to make excuses as to why they are not successful. But I challenge you to take responsibility for yourself, because it is all up to you. You have a choice every single day with what you are going to do with your life, who you're going to spend it with, and what you will decide to be your life's focus. Now, some of you are thinking, I'm not going to college or the business sector, so why should I be fearless, passionate, or determined? And I'm telling you right now that no matter what you decide to do with your lives, you should do it to the best of your ability. Dr. Martin Luther King stated that whatever your life's work is, do it well. A man should do his job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn could do it no better. So if you want to be a doctor, be fearless in your pursuit. If you want to be a stay-at-home mother, be passionate about it. If you want to deliver letters and packages, be determined to be the best darn package deliverer there is. Just do not be afraid to take some risks for the sake of following your passion. So with that, I would like to congratulate you on being fearless, determined, and passionate enough to graduate high school. And I cannot wait to see where your passion takes you. Thank you.
Joining me on stage, we have some of our honored guests. From our Board of Trustees, President, Mr. Anthony Stafford Sr., Vice President, Dr. Jose Luis Arauz, Clerk, Mr. Edward Garcia, Jr., and members, Dr. Randall Freeman and Mr. David Nellison.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Stafford Sr., Board President. On behalf of the Paris Union High School District Board of Trustees, I would like to congratulate the class of 2020. Reaching your goal is an experience you will always remember. It is an honor to celebrate this milestone in your lives. I would like to acknowledge your administrators, teachers, and the support staff who work together year after year to achieve your success. You have and will continue to make a difference in the lives of your students, parents, and community. We appreciate your commitment and dedication. Always remember, education is the key to reaching the goals you envision in your future. Thank you.
My name is Jose Luis Arauz, and I have the honor and the privilege to serve as Vice President of the Board of Education of the wonderful school district, Paris Union High School. I want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. Graduates, this is the result of a lot of years of putting your effort, your commitment, and your perseverance. I wish you the best. I know that you will achieve all of your goals and your dreams will come true because we are the architects of our own destiny. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Greetings, class of 2020. Do you realize you have just made history at this moment? You have left your permanent footprint in time. Not only myself, but every employee of Paris Union High School District is overwhelmed with joy and happiness because of your accomplishments. You've had a rough year, and yet you have proven not to be quitters. You have become influencers with motivation to achieve goals and raise the standard for the next generations to come. You are the future of America. Go out into the world and inspire and innovate. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you very much.
Greetings and welcome from the Paris Union High School District Governing Board. I'm Dr. Randy Freeman. I would like to congratulate you for what you have accomplished these last 4 years and what you are looking forward to in your coming life. It should be a great adventure. Look what you've had to do so far. What have you done so far has proven how strong you are and how successful you can be. Just be passionate about what you want to do in life. Thank you.
Hello, graduates, families, and friends. I'm Grant Bennett, Superintendent of the Paris Union High School District. This graduating class of 2020 has endured through tremendous frustration and heartbreak. While we can't change what has happened with the COVID-19 virus that has changed all of our lives, we can use it to propel us to even greater heights. We celebrate you for the indelible mark that you have left, but also for the strength, courage, and adaptability you have shown through this trying times. When you leave high school and go to college, the military, or the workforce, we know that you will be a prime example of what is great about our community. While the ceremony is unconventional and not what we wanted to do for you, it does not take away from the success you have had in high school. We are all proud of you, your family are proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. I'd like to close this speech with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. Whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." Thank you.
Next up, please welcome Salutatorian Mr. Cameron Mann.
I remember our freshman orientation. We were fresh out of middle school and were lined up in the gym to get the whole spiel on high school. And I remember one staff member. She walked up to the mic and called us the class of 2020, the class of vision. We were at the bottom of the high school hierarchy, sure, but in 4 years' time, we would be at the top, looking beyond just lunch tables and gymnasiums into the real world. Sadly, our so-called 2020 vision wasn't enough to see what a year 2020 would actually be for us. But aside from that, I'd like to appreciate everyone, all friends, family, and teachers, for helping us throughout this journey. For me personally, I'd like to thank all the friends who've helped me to enjoy these years as much as I did. Every small talk, every conversation, every smile, every laugh, every help with the classwork, I won't forget any of it. Special shout out to the group for staying as close as we do. We've been together for a few years, but to me, you guys will always be family, so thanks. I have to thank my mom for providing for me and for her reminding me to smile every now and then. But most importantly, I would have to thank my dad for always being there for me. Whenever I'm in a corner or need advice, you're always there, so thanks, Dad, you've literally made me a man. But up until this last month, I admit I was afraid to be that man, to have to deal with real-world responsibilities and have actual repercussions for your actions. All our lives, all we knew was how to be kids, and some of us were pretty good at it. We had that sense of optimism, of forward thinking. We had the comfort of having a short life, so we dreamt of what we would do the next day. The biggest irony is that as a kid, we fantasize about adulthood. And in adolescence, we cling to our kiddishness by wearing some snapbacks or singing along to some oldies or by huddling up in our blankets and watching Netflix instead of doing homework. And so I spent my senior year living out the rest of my childhood as I saw it. I wanted to live it up, to enjoy it while it lasted, saying farewell to young Cameron. Some of us have those memories that give us that warmth when we think back to them. And for me, one would be Homecoming 2019. Loud music, fancy clothes, too many teenagers, there was funnel cake. But most importantly, I had the group, the gang, my friends, and honestly, we didn't really have dates, so we just danced with each other. The atmosphere in that room, what with the dozens of kids jumping around in the gym, screaming and yelling inaudibly under the blast of Drake, it was unmatched. I remember once the event was about to end and we were beginning to feel a bit physically sore, my friends and I met up at the Stater Bros off of Newport, and there we planned to go to someone's house. Once we were all there, someone bought tacos from Taco Bell for everyone. You know, I don't even like tacos, but at that dinner meal, sitting around 2 plastic fold-up tables under the warm glow from a patio heater, with the people I would see the next Monday, I couldn't complain. But instead I laughed at what we were doing in the gym only an hour before, and smiled at the pictures we took, remnants of that warm Friday night. Like most of us, I didn't think this would be my senior experience. Like most of us, I was expecting to go to prom 2020, or another HOCO in my eyes. For us calc students, I know we all wanted to see Lundy cry, giving us his end-of-the-year speech, to look around the room of tears, to see a bunch of other sad teenagers crying, afraid to move on in life and to give up on this life, the one they knew too well. I expected that day to be my finish line, the alarm bell that would tell me my childhood was over. But that spirit isn't dead. The best thing about being a kid wasn't that you could act stupidly whenever loud music started to play. It wasn't that you could hang out with your friends past curfew and you wouldn't have to deal with angry parents until the next morning. The greatest thing about being a kid was the innocence we had, and that we only had the future to look forward to. Just because we don't have the excuse to say we're young and dumb anymore, doesn't mean that we can't keep our heads up high and smile toward any uncertainties ahead. And if those uncertainties up ahead become too much to bear, remember to look to your sides, to your friends that will help you forget that you don't have a date to HOCO and that you hate Taco Bell tacos. And if you're still upset about the end of this year, think back to your last memories in school. For me, it was that last Friday. I was walking around with not a worry in the world, saying goodbye to everyone, saying, oh yeah, I'll see you in like a month. But that last Friday I had with you guys left me with a positive memory, or at least one where I wasn't bawling my eyes out, making you sad because of it. Do not cry because it's over, wrote Dr. Seuss. Just smile because it happened. Class of 20, class of 2020 vision. I know seeing our end may make us want to cry, but it's up to us where we direct our sights. Do we choose to look back to our past misfortunes, or do we choose to look forward toward new horizons? Thank you.
Next on the stage, we have Salutatorian, Mr. Roberto Nicholas.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, and most importantly, fellow classmates. I would like to thank you all for attending this virtual graduation ceremony. But first and foremost, I would like to thank my parents for supporting me through thick and thin, granting me the tools necessary to reach my academic goals. Had it not been for their courageous pursuit in searching a better life, I would not be where I am today, standing before you all virtually. I would also like to thank some teachers and some faculty for aiding us students, especially seniors, during this abrupt transition to digital learning. Lastly, I would like to thank you all, parents and students alike, for tuning in to watch this momentous occasion unfold before your eyes, from wherever you may be. Many of us graduates may be watching from home, awkwardly viewing this recording, fully dressed in our cap and gown, surrounded by loved ones. Others of us may be watching from the comfort of our beds, dressed in our PJs, laying motionlessly under layers of pillows and blankets. Either way, I would like to thank you for tuning in to watch this momentous occasion as we bid farewell to the class of 2020. Today marks the end of a notable chapter in our lives. Graduating high school is quite possibly the most significant achievement we can claim to this day. But before I go any further into all that, I would first like to address just how incredibly hectic this year has been. The class of 2020 has been challenged with a plethora of obstacles that no other class in the history of the school has ever faced. Our senior year, our final year of mandatory schooling, came to an abrupt halt, leaving many of us, including myself, to lament the manner in which events transpired. We never got a chance to say goodbye to our childhood friends. We never got to say goodbye to our favorite teachers in person. And we never got to participate in senior activities, something that many of us have eagerly waited for. But despite such tribulation, we continue to persevere, driven to fulfill the dream many of us maintained since we first stepped foot on the Paloma Valley campus, to graduate. And while many of our cohorts may tease our graduating class by calling it the Zoom class of 2020, or joke that our prom would be held on a Minecraft server, we prevailed together as a class. We were dealt a bad hand and made the best with what we were given. We continue to put forth an effort to reach where we are today, as graduates of the class of 2020, who will certainly go on to make great strides in the world. But now is not the time to express our sorrows. Graduation is a time of celebration, and we should be focusing on the positive consequences of this pandemic. For example, I'm sure many of you, including myself, are relieved that we never got a chance to recite Mr. Lundstrom's dreaded oral quizzes in calculus class. Likewise, I'm happy to report to many of you guys that we are relieved of our duties of having to come up with a creative yet romantic way of asking our date to the senior prom. Lastly, I'm certain that many parents are going to be relieved to know that they're spared from having to sit on the blistering hot bleachers during graduation, listening through nearly 2 hours worth of names, only to realize that they missed a child's name being called. On a more serious note, however, if there is one takeaway from this speech, as I stand before you from your TV screen or from wherever you may be watching this, it is that we are in control of our lives. Our lives are what we make of them. We are ultimately the ones in control of the trajectory of our future. We cannot let our dreams, our goals, be tarnished by obstacles that we will undoubtedly face throughout the course of our lifetime. The class of 2020 is living proof that this can be done. Otherwise, many of us would not be where we are today, graduating in spite of all the adversity thrown our way. To quote 6-time NBA champion Michael Jordan, "If you're trying to achieve, there will be roadblocks. Everybody has them. But obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it." Thank you all, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2020.
Please welcome valedictorian, Ms. Kamiko Walker.
To the class of 2020, I stand before you today, virtually of course, as Paloma Valley's valedictorian, but more importantly, I stand with you as your fellow senior graduate and friend. How are you feeling right now? What is that first emotion that just popped in your mind? Was it excitement, frustration, regret, happiness, relief? Or maybe it was all of that. But above all else, I hope you're proud. Not just proud of graduating today, but proud of everything that has led up to this moment. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your resilience and your motivation. Be proud of the first steps you took, the first meal you cooked, the first person you talked to. My friends, be proud of existing because life is so precious. Yes, things didn't go as planned. We're not walking down that stage together right now, but we will. I'm hurting from this. We're hurting from this. The thousands of seniors nationwide are experiencing some type of an unfinished ending. And yeah, it sucks. We didn't deserve this. No one does. But these were the cards dealt to us, and it's not fair. So I'm sure we're all feeling a sense of vulnerability right now. And so I'd like to take a moment to be vulnerable with you. 4 years ago, we walked in as these spunky, curious freshmen who were ready to begin the newest chapter of our lives. We met our closest friends that we spent all night long talking to. We lost our voices together during those football games. We had those last-minute cram study groups in the morning, or quite frankly, the period before, for this test we've stressed about. We cried together, we laughed together, we smiled together. Inadvertently, we made everlasting memories together that we will never forget. Over the years, we dabbled in the most advanced arts of procrastination, whether it's starting that 4-page essay the night is due, completing the math homework the period before, sometimes of, or to start taking notes on all 27 chapters of How to Read Literature like Professor the night before it's due, even though McNick gave us the entirety of the summer to do so. Yeah, no regrets. Looking back, the many lessons we learned throughout the year has undoubtedly shaped us into the person we are today. And I, for one, learned a lot. Freshman year, I learned that in order to start succeeding, you have to be unafraid to take the first step. Sophomore year, I learned that not everyone is meant to stay in our lives, but with everyone that leaves, there are others who stay. Junior year, my most challenging year, I learned that in order to move forward, you have to be willing to let go of some of the things holding you back. That no matter how much you're succeeding, people will try to bring you down. I also learned that my friends hate my puns, but I hope you guys understand. That with every smile and or groan I got from them, that made my day just a bit brighter. And senior year, I learned to not overly care about what everyone thinks of me. I learned that it's okay to cry, to scream, to feel weak. I learned that it's all right to not have a dream, that there's no reason to run without knowing the reason. Time really does go by fast, and I learned to cherish every moment I have, as you never know when it can be stripped away. I think most of us would give anything to sit in our class right now, to have that one more normal day. But guys, nothing about our class is normal. You heard it 1,000 times, but let me say it again. Normal is boring. We are the class that everyone will remember. We are the class that had our prom, grad night, tournaments, senior nights, and graduation taken away, but we are not the class to give up now. So let us be known as the class of 2020 or the class of COVID-19. Whether it be years, decades, or generations from now, we won't be forgotten because we are strong, we are spirited, and we are loved. Don't let a virus take away from the significance of the hard-fought battles of your achievements. Think of who you are right now and recognize your bravery, intelligence, and kind-hearted souls. As I bring this speech to an end, I'd like to thank the endeavoring faculty who worked tirelessly to give us an experience of a lifetime. I thank all of you who never gave up on us for watching and helping us grow. To all of my teachers and counselors, I thank you for guiding me along my journey, for not only being a successful academic figure, but also an aspiring friend. To my dad, who instilled the morals that shaped me into the person I am today, and for letting me know that he will always have my back. To my mom, who believes in me more than I ever really did, who taught me the importance of kindness to the people around me. To my brother Daniel, who always pushed me to be a bit more motivated every day, who taught me to not be afraid of having a voice. To my brother Josh, who allowed me to realize the importance of being myself and who merged the seriousness with the fun in life. To my dearest friends, I thank you all for always giving me a laugh, especially on the days I needed it most. Every time I belittled myself, you all were there to realize that I was being too harsh, and that means the world to me. You guys will never leave my heart. Thank you to my fellow seniors for setting the class dynamic, for truly making Paloma Valley an experience worthwhile. And lastly, thank you to everyone who has doubted my abilities, because without you, I would not be here today. I wish I could jump through the screen and give you guys the biggest hug right now, but since that poses some obvious challenges, I'll settle for the reassurance that we will all be there for one another. I am so proud of you guys and honored to be a part of Paloma Valley's 2020 senior class.
Mr. Bennett and members of the Board of Trustees, I certify that the Paloma Valley High School class of 2020 has fulfilled all requirements of the Paris Union High School District and the state of California for the graduation of high school. I would like to now introduce the superintendent of the Paris Union High School District, Mr. Grant Bennett, to accept the class of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Tomasian. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I accept your certification of these students. Based upon that certification, I now declare these students as graduates of Paloma Valley High School of the Paris Union High School District. Class of 2020, congratulations.
Aaron Adams. Danielle Adams. Andrew Appleby. Jacob Arnold. Talon Artiaga. Megan Bohannon. Charlene Bolos. Jake Bonanza. Esteban Bravo. Jason Buckley. Christian Bustamante. Roman Carrillo. Isaiah Castaneda. Faith Cervantes. Kana Cervantes. Talina Christian. Jaden Cohn. Adriana Contreras. Caitlin Costellas. Aaron DeHaan. Dylan Donovan. Hannah Dyer. Michael Flowers. Jack Franceschi. Deanna Gonzalez. Kayla Gonzalez. Austin Goodman. Manuel Guzman Gonzalez. Sabrina Hasten. Christopher Henry. Dylan Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez. Xavier Hernandez. Braden Ho. Garrett Hurtado. Nathan Johnson. Kylie Wanegro. Griffin Kirby. Griffin Kirby. Julian Langarin. Isaiah Lira. Jeevan Malik. Joseph Martin. Zenaida Martin. Seth Martinez. Ryan Maccabee. Melanie Medina. Alexander Miller. Vincent Montez. Daniel Montgomery. Hayden Mullinax. Matthew Munoz. Carly Nunez. Beverly Ocampo. Faith Oropesa. Efren Perez. Alexander Phelps. Joshua Phelps. Jacob Pilgrim. Patrick Pinkney. Cody Prado. Jamin Prudhomme. Daniel Rafferty. Cameron Reed. Leonor Rodriguez. Xavier Rodriguez. Stephen Romero. Benjamin Saldana Salas. Leonel Sanchez. Corey Shaw. Caden Slesser. Michael Smith Bolden. Caleb Torres. Cindy Tovar. Timothy Trabaugh. Priscilla Valenzuela. Samantha Vargas. Denise Vergara. Raylan Vinson. Travis Walraven. Ryan Wilson.
Zoe Anderson. Hector Arigon. Larry Arizala. Angelina Avila. Jose Avila. Yahir Baltazar. Cindy Bortello Colima. Annette Botello Perieto. Ricardo Bracamotes. Nayeli Cabrera. Ashley Compozano Gavilanes. Dominique Canachesi. Carlos Carrillo. Roman Carrillo. Andrea Chu. Alfredo Cruz. Brandy Cruz. Sarai Davis. Isabella Diguillo. Alyssa Delgadillo. Jennifer Dosa. Brooklyn Drennan. Shaylee Dull. Darwin Donka. Leona Eugene. Dia Fajaro. Lauren Ferakian. Robert Favela Gonzalez. Ruben Ferrero. Omar Flores Velasco. Cadell Foster. Micah Gandioco. Brianna Garcia. Erica Garcia. Felix Garcia Gabriel. Haley Glenn. Danielle Gonzalez. Cesar Gonzalez. Dulce Gonzalez Rodriguez. Alexis Guillermo. Omar Iridia. Aida Hernandez, Arlene Hernandez, Jadrian Howard, Leilani Johnson, Rona Liza Lagda, Damian Laura, Jalea Layton, Jordan Limon, Gianna Lopez, Diana Lopez Ortiz, Luis Lugo Jimenez, Natalie Marroquin, Brianna Martinez, Vanessa Martinez, Kenya Melgar, Lisbeth Mendoza, McKenna Meyer, Caitlin Mirabella, Sean Moore, Hennessy Munoz, Julissa Murillo, Hong Mo, Isabel Nieto, Kenneth Nollings, Cassandra Ornelas, Danielle Ortiz, Perla Perez Vega, Sylvia Perez, Francis Portillo Romero, Yasmin Kuala, Desiree Ramirez, Francisco Ramirez, Gabriel Ramirez, Annabelle Reyes, Juliana Reyes, Brian Rios, Camille Rivas, Delilah Rodriguez, Carrie Russell, Katya Sainz Ariano, John Saldana, Hannah Sanchez, Savannah Simpson, Cody Spearman, Miranda Spears, Amanda Stiers, Alyssa Tapia, Cassandra Tellez, Chelsea Terrell, Michaela Tompkins, Alexandra Saconas, Dan Anthony Tulagan, Isabella Viegas, Emma Warren, Matthew Iniguez, Emily Sasaweta, Celeste Zuniga,
Israrudin Achizi, Nadine Acosta, Victoria Adcock, Jackson Edelman Tompkins, Jessica Atkins, Riley Atkins, Maite Aguilar, Melina Aguilar, Michael Amat, Christian Alegria, Eduardo Alegria, Christopher Alog, Sofia Alvis, Anthony Jacob Alvarez, Angelica Amesqua, Tiffany Anderson, Aliyah Anguiano, Isaiah Anguiano, Liam Angus, Alan Antonio, Areli Aquino Zacharias, Caitlin Ars, Andrew Arellano, Rosa Alina Arevalo, Alana Arguelles, Brooke Armhart, Samira Ariola, Salvador Avila, Cassandra Ayard, Loriana Alicia Asen, Jenna Bagonhasa, Dennis Baker, Shamoya Baker, Roxy Barnett, Abigail Barojas, Vicente Basantes, Jacob Bassett, Emily Bianca, Lacey Benyon, Zachary Boning, Carolina Bolanos, Michael Brewer, Jessica Briney, Alejandro Briseno, Callie Britannico, Madison Brokaw, Colby Brown, Jalen Brown, Lucas Brunmeyer, Jason Buck, Jaden Buchanan, Vincent Bowie, Nicole Bunton, Aubrey Birch, Michael Burdett, Corbin Bergen, Devin Burrell, Maya Butler, Juliet Bies, Asilenia Cabrera, Ariana Calderon, Crystal Camargo, Adam Campos, Loretta Rose Cayol, Julia Cardarelli Hanchet, Jesus Cardenas, Matthew Carey, Jacob Carrillo, Sean Carter, Arshella K. Casamiro, Antonio Castillo, Christian Castillo, Andrea Castro, Angelica Janelle Kayanan,
Cody Sarasaro,
Saul Chavez, Valerie Chavez, Joseph Cherry, Randy Chan, Andrew Christian, Angelina Cisneros, Anthony Cisneros, Cade Clifford, Haley Comer, Dylan Conwell, Dylan Cook, Avery Corlett, Annette Corona, Elizabeth Marie Corp, Desiree Cortez, Andrew Cruz, Maya Cruz, Ayana Cudjoe, Jaden Cuff, Alexis Curran, Chance Curtis, Tanya Anderson, Parker Brumbaugh, Matthew Calvi, Kindy Childs, Daniela Casas,
Angelina Sainz, Aliana Saladino, Leilani Saldino, Dallas Salgado, Alex Sanchez, Evangeline Sanchez, Sebastian Sanchez, Kylie Sayavan, Tiana Scheckhinger, Micah Schipper, Samantha Schmidt, Paris Schuyler, Taj Sebastian, Emily Schaaf Brown, Hannah Shank, Megan Shank, Jade Shelton, Raven Sherritt, Sean Silos, Cara Singleton, Brandon Cisneros, Josiah Civile, Alexandria Skaggs, Jacob Slayman, Byron Zaleski Silva, Michael Slover, Ethan Smith, Ford Snetzinger, Emma Snyder, Matthew Snyder, Miranda Solis, Jordan Sones, Danielle Sosa, Trinity Spahn, Cassidy Spiro, Alana Spratley, Julia Stelzer, Kita Storr, Simon Stropas, Brandon Stuland, Damon Sullivan, Shane Sullivan, Lauren Sutherland, Gabriel Talamantes, Shania Tamayo Williams, Jacob Taylor, Michael Taylor, Giselle Tejada, Rosel Tangon Shang, Caleb Testado, Jack Thompson, Emily Tinoco, David Toruno, Joshua Trent, Valerie Trujillo, Joshua Trung, John Turnwall, Jason Urizar, Aaliyah Valencia, Michaela Valerio, Jacqueline Van Loot, Berend Vanderveer, Samantha Vanzel Nichols, Xavier Varela, Aaron Vargas, Christian Vega, Joanna Vega, Adrian Velasco, Cecilia Velasco, Alexis Velota, Julian Villa, Pablo Villarreal, Tommy Vo, Miranda Volkart, Claire Von Jenna, Jaden Von Moose, Zoe Von Moose, Madison Voss, Aiden Walker, Kimiko Walker, Koshin Walton, Abigail Ward, Darnell Washington, Jason Waynes, Geraldine Wells, Kayla Winiger, Sydney Wheeler, Kayla Wiggins, Matthew Williams, Victoria Williams, Andrew Wilson, Cody Wilson, Kiera Wooten, Jarrell Yanga, Autumn Yardley, Jeanette Zavala, Heather Ziegler, Ethan Zophie, Karina Zaninga,
Nicole Dolan, Aaron Danielle, Ashlyn Dannenberg, Elizabeth Dow, Jacob Davis, Tristan Davis, Juan De La Cruz, Stephen De Los Reyes, Melinda De Santiago Costa, Richard De Groot, Casey Jane De Guzman, Jordan De Hay, Dylan De La Resna, Tristan Derichweiler, Danielle Desiderio, Austin De Trempe, Ricardo Diaz de la Vega Jr., Edward Diku, Austin Dahl, Marissa Doria, Megan Drake, Julia Dunn, Alexis Durham, Brianne Edinger, Bradley Edwards, Christopher Emlinger, Sean John Anguilado, Alan Enriquez, Timothy Enriquez, Carter Entrican, Sarah Escamilla, Ernesto Espinoza, Juan Esquivel, Matias Estes, Jacqueline Farias, Joshua Feliciano, Caden Fenema, Isla Jane Farillo, Luke Fisher, Shauna Fletcher, Cambria Flores, Liliana Flores, Ana Fragella, William Franks, Natalie Frazier, Kylune Freeman, Haley French, Andrew Galindo, Joseph Gallo, Angelina Galvin, Natalie Galvin, Gianna Galvez, Brian Garcia, Jared Garcia, Jesse Garcia, Leonardo Garcia, Chase Garrett, Anthony George, Jet Gerard, Leslie Giles, Adam Gilliland, Layla Gines, Gia Giolito, Sophia Glenn, Cesar Gomez, Manuel Gomez, Heidi Gonzalez, Nicholas Gonzalez, Jacob Gonzalez, Jennifer Gonzalez, Avery Graves, Donald Gray, Faith Gray, Nathan Gray, Amaya Grayson, Alyssa Guardiola, Devin Guerrero, Ethan Giddy, Abhinav Gupta, Nick Guth, Rachel Gutierrez, Oscar Guzman Velasquez, Dawson Halverson, Chloe Hamilton, Gavin Harris, Zachary Hartshorn, Camille Harvey, Brandon Hashimoto, Seth Howard, Caleb Hayes, Haley Heidler, Morgan Hendricks, Torrance Henry, Joshua Hermoso, Matthew Hernandez, Raymond Hernandez, Tyler Hernandez, Jorge Herrera, Dylan Harrington, Jason Harrington,
Aiden Hughes, Austin Jackson, Luisita Jara, Jocelyn Jaramillo, Alexa Jimenez, Christina Jimenez, Anesia Gines, Mackenzie Johnson, Jamal Jones, Jalen Jordan, Kaylee Juanego, Melissa Juarez, Isaiah Kaluza, Miley Kamali, Jacob Kenahan, Madison Keplinger, Judith Kessinger, Gavin Lafferty, Skyla Leach, Jacob Lee, Jesus Legoreta, Joanna Limas, Max Leonis, Aiden Lechtworth, Javon Lewis, Randy Lewis, Abigail Linian, Chelsea Linares, Karen Loera, Andrea Lopez, Dario Lopez, Julia Lopez, Henry Lopez Reynoso, Cade Lozano, Kimberly Luna Posadas, Ron Lycan, Karina Lynch, Matthew Maldonado, Raymond Maldonado, Brent Malloy, Vincent Mancia, Natalia Mandujano, Cameron Mann, Andrew Manzano, Jarrell Mariano, Jennifer Markovska, Ivan Marosao. Destiny Marukin. Michaela Martin. Zachary Martin. David Martin. Jeremy Martin. Melan Martin. Gilbert Martinez. Joanna Martinez. Nathaniel Mateo. Anthony Matrone. Alex Maya. Jason Macaulay. Maggie McCormick. Michael McDuffie. David Medina. Liliana Medina. Matthew Medina. Ellen Malwani. Christopher Mendez. Jaden Mendoza. Andrew Mertens. Marcus Mitchell. Kaylee Millar. Christopher Miller. Roxanne Mina. Juliana Misiata. Tyrese Mitchum. Hasib Mograbi. Hans Patrick Molina. Brock Monachino. Jesanjanos Michael Monteban. Destiny Montes. Joseph Montes. Aldo Montoya. Ashanti Moore. Hayden Moquin. Kaylee Moran. Ruby Moreno. Pablo Moreno Ayard. Dylan Moynihan. Andrea Mungia Santoyo. Benson Mwangi.
Bayani Neri. Jason Newcomb. Cole Newton. Henry Wynn. Nancy Wynn. Roberto Nicolas. Kendia Norman. Megan Norris. Mark Nusser. Dylan O'Brien. John O'Brien. Maxwell Obinma. Anthony Ochoa. Ethan Ochoa. Brenda Olas. Leonardo Olmos. Michael Olmos. Muna Ornelas. Anthony Orozco. Tucker Orr. Marissa Ortega. Stephen Ortega. Mackenzie Ott. Samantha Oak. Cameron Owen. Matthew Page, Eduardo Pamatz, Mariana Pantoja, Ryan Pacquia, Ethan Parco, Tracy Patman, Antoinette Polly, Noah Polson, Michaela Pindon, Autumn Perry, Armando Perez, Daniel Perez, Jose Perez, Matthew Perez, Jolena Peters, Jamie Fan, Stacy Fan, Jacob Pitcock, Azalea Placencia, Blake Poe, Evan Pompa, Owen Prendergast, Jared Preston, Henry Proger, Colin Provder, Bodie Proventure, Wyatt Proventure, Caitlin Pruitt, Madison Puzon, Roxana Quinones, Ashley Quinones, Daphne Quiros, Griselle Ramirez Madrid, Gracie Raymond, Jalen Red, Isabella Reed, Jarrett Regner, Garrett Reed, Jonathan Resco, Bianca Rico Benitez, Anthony Rios, Kayla Rios, Samantha Ritchie, Daniel Rivas, Mia Roberts, Malaya Robledo, Devin Rodriguez, Dylan Rodriguez, Ethan Rodriguez, Kaylin Rodriguez, Samantha Rodriguez, Ricardo Rodriguez Cacho, Caitlin Rogers, Edwin Rojas Diaz, Jasmine Romero, Madison Romero, Rihanna Romero, Preston Root, Juan Rosas, Cielo Ruiz, Daniel Ruiz, Randall Rupel, Melanie Villa,
Micah Bartlett, Aiden Hambo, Charles Hoffman, Gabrielle Hollins, Robert Hooper. Juliana Horsley. Jasmine Huddleston. Amandine Leroux. Rena Joy Manlapat.
To lead us in the turning of the tassel, please welcome ASB President, Mr. Ethan Smith.
Congratulations, Class of 2020. It has been my pleasure serving as your ASB President, and I am extremely grateful for the opportunity to do so. The turning of the tassel symbolizes the step we take as we move from student to graduate. Seniors, before you rise, please make sure that your tassel is on the right side of your cap. Now please stand for the turning of the tassel. Now take your left hand, grab your tassel, and move it to the left side of your cap. Great job, Class of 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduated Class of 2020.